The planet's surface was a harsh, wind-swept expanse of red rock and dust, scared by ancient geological upheavals. The small research vessel touched down with a gentle thud, its landing thrusters kicking up swirling clouds that momentarily obscured the desolate landscape. As the hatch hissed open, a team of 4 human explorers emerged, their environmental suits shielding them from the planet's unforgiving atmosphere. Leading the way was Dr. Ilara Voss, a renowned synoarchaeologist whose insatiable curiosity had brought her to this remote world. Readings indicate a powerful energy signature emanating from several kilometers to the north, Ilara announced, studying the data displayed on her suit's interface. This could be unlike anything we've encountered before. Her colleagues fell into step behind her as they set out across the rocky terrain, their boots crunching against the dusty ground. The journey was arduous, with fierce winds whipping sand into their faces, but Ilara's determination never wavered. After what felt like an eternity, they crested a towering ridge and beheld a sight that caused their collective breath to catch in their throats. Nestled in a shallow depression was an enormous enigmatic structure unlike anything humanity had ever constructed. Gleaming silver panels, inscribed with an alien script, reflected the harsh sunlight, while a series of concentric rings rotated slowly around a central core. By the stars, one of the team members whispered, awestruck, "What is this place?" Ilara studied the edifice, her keen mind racing to process the implications of this discovery. "I'm not certain, but if my hunch is correct, this could be the remnant of an ancient alien civilization, one lost to the annals of history." Approaching the structure with a mixture of trepidation and reverence, the explorers fanned out to document every inch of its surface. Ilara guided them, barking out instructions as they scanned for any signs of activity or access points. "There, near the base, I see what appears to be an entryway. If we can make our way inside, we may uncover the secrets this place has held for millennia." The team moved with caution, mindful of the unknown dangers that could lurk within. As they neared the entrance, a series of lights flickered to life along the outer rings, casting an eerie glow across the alien landscape. "It's responding to our presence," Ilara murmured, her eyes wide with wonder. "Incredible." Stepping through the portal, the explorers found themselves in a vast, circular chamber, the walls adorned with intricate carvings and glyphs. At the chamber's center stood an imposing dais, upon which rested an object that appeared to be some form of control console or activation device. "This must be the heart of the structure," Ilara observed, her gaze locked on the central platform. "If we can interface with that console, we may be able to unlock its secrets." The team fanned out, carefully documenting their surroundings and searching for any clues that might aid in their investigation. Ilara approached the dais, her fingers hovering tentatively over the alien controls. "This is it, everyone. Be ready. We have no idea what we might be unleashing here." With a deep breath, she pressed her hand against one of the glowing panels. A surge of energy rippled through the chamber, causing the rotational rings to accelerate and the glyphs along the walls to ignite with a brilliant, pulsing light. Ilara and her team braced themselves, uncertain of what might happen next. Suddenly, a cascade of holographic images sprang to life, projecting a detailed 3-dimensional record of the chamber's history. "By the gods," Ilara breathed, her eyes wide with awe, as she watched the imagery unfold before them. "This is an archive, a testament to the civilization that built this place." The images shifted and swirled, depicting scenes of a highly advanced alien race engaged in feats of engineering and scientific discovery that far exceeded humanity's current capabilities. Ilara and her team watched, transfixed, as the narrative unfolded. "Look there," one of the explorers exclaimed, pointing to a particular sequence of images. "Those humanoid figures, they appear to be making contact with another species. Could that be?" Ilara nodded slowly, her mind racing. "Yes, I believe so. If my interpretation is correct, this archive is documenting the first contact between this ancient alien civilization and us." Humanity. The holographic display shifted again, revealing a series of exchanges between the two civilizations. Alara and her team watched, captivated, as the narrative chronicled a period of collaboration and scientific exchange. A golden age of discovery that transcended the boundaries of their respective worlds. "This is extraordinary," Alara murmured, her voice barely above a whisper. "We've uncovered evidence of an ancient alliance between our kind and this lost civilization, a partnership that shaped the course of both our histories." As the imagery continued to unfold, the team bore witness to the gradual deterioration of the alliance, the growing tensions, and the tragic confrontation that ultimately shattered the fragile peace. Alara's brow furrowed with concern as she studied the unfolding events, her mind working furiously to piece together the significance of this discovery. "If this record is accurate," she said, her gaze sweeping across her colleagues, "then the ramifications are staggering. We stand upon the precipice of a revelation that could forever alter our understanding of humanity's place in the cosmos." The holographic display continued to cascade around them, the glyphs and symbols pulsing with an ethereal energy that seemed to reverberate deep within their very souls. Alara knew that they had stumbled upon a discovery of unimaginable importance, one that would forever change the course of human history. As the holographic images continued to play out around them, Alara and her team were captivated by the unfolding narrative. The record chronicled a remarkable chapter in the history of two vastly different civilizations, one ancient and alien, the other young and vibrant. Together, they had forged an alliance that spanned the cosmos, united by a shared vision of exploration, discovery, and peaceful coexistence. Alara watched intently, her mind whirring as she pieced together the significance of this lost alliance. If what we're witnessing is accurate, then our ancestors made first contact with this alien race long ago. They were welcomed into their interstellar community, and together, they embarked on a golden age of scientific and cultural exchange. One of the team members, a young xenolinguist named Dax, nodded enthusiastically. "The level of collaboration and technological advancement we're seeing is staggering. It's clear these two civilizations viewed each other as equals, partners in the pursuit of knowledge and understanding." Alara's gaze remained fixed on the holographic display as it shifted to depict scenes of joint expeditions, shared research, and the exchange of radical new ideas. "Yes, exactly. Our ancestors must have displayed qualities that deeply impressed this alien race. Qualities like adaptability, innovation, and an insatiable curiosity about the cosmos." The imagery shifted again, and the team watched as the once harmonious alliance began to fray. Subtle differences in ideology and cultural values slowly eroded the trust and understanding that had once bound the two civilizations. "Look there," Dax said, pointing to a particularly tense sequence of exchanges. "Something happened, a tragic misunderstanding, perhaps, that led to open conflict between the humans and the aliens. Their partnership shattered, and they were forced to go their separate ways." Alara nodded solemnly, a devastating turn of events. After all they had accomplished together, to see this alliance crumble in such a manner. She trailed off, her brow furrowed with concern. As the holographic display continued to unfold, the team bore witness to the aftermath of the schism. The humans, left to their own devices, were driven by the memory of what could have been, a renewed determination to forge their own destiny among the stars. Meanwhile, the alien civilization retreated, its wounds still painfully raw. "This is an incredible find," Alara murmured, her gaze sweeping across the chamber. "A testament to the power of collaboration and the fragility of even the strongest alliances. If only we could uncover more details about what exactly led to the downfall of this partnership." The team set to work, scouring the chamber for any additional clues or artifacts that might shed further light on the events chronicled in the holographic display. Alara focused her attention on the central days, searching for a way to access deeper levels of the archive. "There must be more to this story," she said, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns etched into the alien controls. "We've only scratched the surface, If we can find a way to delve deeper into the records, we may uncover the full truth of what transpired between our ancestors and this lost civilization. As the team worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments of information and cross-referencing the holographic imagery, a growing sense of urgency began to take hold. This was no mere historical curiosity. The implications of their discovery were profound, carrying the potential to rewrite humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos. Just imagine, Dax murmured, his eyes alight with excitement, the advancements our ancestors made, the knowledge they shared, all of it lost to the mists of time. If only we could rediscover that lost alliance, to pick up where they left off. The possibilities are staggering. Alara nodded, her expression pensive. Yes, but we must also consider the reasons for its downfall. What lessons can we learn from the mistakes of the past to ensure that such a tragedy does not befall us as well? The team continued their meticulous exploration, driven by a shared sense of purpose and the weight of the responsibility that had been thrust upon them. As they delved deeper into the archive, uncovering new layers of information, the magnitude of their discovery only seemed to grow. "This is no mere relic," Alara declared, her voice tinged with awe. "This is a window into a lost era, a testament to the potential of what can be achieved when two civilizations come together, united by a common vision. And it is our duty to ensure that the memory of this alliance does not fade into oblivion." With renewed vigor, the team set to work, determined to unravel the full story of this fateful encounter. They knew that the knowledge they uncovered could have profound implications, not just for humanity, but for the very future of interstellar relations. The weight of their responsibility was palpable, but Alara and her colleagues were more than ready to rise to the challenge. As they continued to peel back the layers of this extraordinary discovery, the team could feel the echoes of the past resonating within them, guiding them towards a destiny that they could scarcely begin to imagine. As Alara and her team delved deeper into the holographic archives, the narrative that unfolded before them continued to captivate and astound. The logs reveal that during the first fateful encounter between humanity and the ancient alien civilization, it was the remarkable qualities of the human species that had truly captured the imagination of their extraterrestrial counterparts. "Look here," Dax exclaimed, his eyes fixated on the shifting images. "The aliens were utterly fascinated by our adaptability, our capacity for innovation. They saw in us the potential to be equal partners, not just subjects or subordinates." Alara nodded, her brow furrowed in concentration as she studied the details. Yes, precisely. The humans displayed a level of ingenuity and resourcefulness that defied the aliens' expectations. It seems they welcomed us into their interstellar community with open arms, eager to share their knowledge and technology in the hopes of catalyzing our further development. The team watched, transfixed, as the holographic display chronicled the dawn of a new era, a golden age of collaboration and scientific achievement that transcended the boundaries of their respective worlds. Scenes of human and alien scientists working side by side, unlocking the secrets of the cosmos, filled the chamber with a sense of wonder and possibility. "Can you imagine it?" Dax breathed, his voice tinged with reverence. "Our ancestors, standing shoulder to shoulder with these advanced alien civilizations, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. It's an incredible testament to the power of cooperation and shared discovery." Alara's gaze swept across the team, her expression a mix of awe and determination. "Yes, and it is a legacy that we must strive to honor. The knowledge and technologies they uncovered together could have propelled both of our species to unimaginable heights." As the holographic narrative continued to unfold, the team bore witness to the pinnacles of this historic alliance. Humanity, once a young and vibrant species, was embraced by the alien civilization and granted access to a wealth of knowledge and resources that accelerated its progress by centuries, if not millennia. "Look at the advancements they were able to achieve," one of the team members, a young engineer named Emilia, remarked in amazement. "Faster than light propulsion. energy generation systems that defy our current understanding of physics. The level of scientific collaboration is staggering. Ilara nodded, her eyes shining with a mixture of pride and melancholy. Yes, and to think that all of this was lost to us, buried beneath the sands of time. Our ancestors stood on the precipice of a new era, one that could have transformed the very fabric of our civilization. The team fell silent, contemplating the magnitude of what they had uncovered. The implications were staggering, not just for humanity, but for the very future of interstellar relations. If they could unravel the full story of this forgotten alliance, it could pave the way for a new era of cooperation and discovery. "We have a responsibility to our ancestors," Ilara said, her voice filled with conviction. "To honor their legacy and to reclaim the knowledge and understanding that was so tragically lost. The fate of our species may very well depend on it." Reinvigorated by this sense of purpose, the team redoubled their efforts, scouring the archive for any additional clues or insights that could aid in their quest. As they delved deeper, the holographic records began to reveal the true significance of the human-alien alliance and the pivotal role it played in shaping the course of both civilizations. "Look here," Dax exclaimed, his fingers tracing the intricate patterns of light. The humans weren't just welcomed as guests or subordinates. They were viewed as equals, partners in the truest sense of the word. The aliens recognized our potential and sought to elevate us, to share their most profound discoveries and technologies. Ilara leaned in, her eyes narrowing as she studied the shifting images. Yes, and in doing so, they forged a deep and lasting bond. Our ancestors were not mere students, but active contributors to the collective knowledge and advancement of this interstellar community. The team fell silent, the weight of their discovery settling upon them like a mantle of responsibility. They knew that what they had uncovered could forever change the course of human history, shattering the prevailing narratives and opening the door to a future that had seemed all but lost to the ravages of time. "We stand upon the precipice of a revelation that could alter the very fabric of our civilization," Ilara declared, her voice resonating with a sense of urgency. "The lessons we can learn from this lost alliance, the technologies and discoveries we can reclaim, the potential is almost beyond comprehension." As the holographic display continued to unfold, the team watched with rapt attention, their minds racing to process the implications of what they were witnessing. They knew that their journey had only just begun, and that the true challenge lay in uncovering the full truth of this fateful encounter, a truth that could echo across the generations and transform the very course of human destiny. As Ilara and her team continued to immerse themselves in the holographic archives, the true scope of the historic alliance between humanity and the ancient alien civilization became increasingly clear. The two species, once strangers separated by the vast expanse of the cosmos, had forged a partnership that transcended the boundaries of their respective worlds. Watching the images unfold before them, the team was struck by the palpable sense of camaraderie and shared purpose that permeated the interactions between the humans and their alien counterparts. It was as if they were driven by a collective vision, a dream of exploration, discovery, and peaceful coexistence that united them in a way that defied the differences in their origins and cultures. "Look at them," Dax murmured, his eyes alight with wonder. "They're not just working together. They're truly collaborating, building upon each other's ideas and pushing the boundaries of what's possible." Ilara nodded, her expression pensive. "Yes, and it's not just the scientific and technological advancements that are remarkable. There's a genuine sense of kinship, of a shared passion for unlocking the mysteries of the cosmos." As the holographic display shifted, the team witnessed scenes of human and alien scientists engaged in spirited discussions, debating the implications of their latest discoveries and charting the course for future expeditions. The sense of excitement and boundless curiosity was palpable, a testament to the transformative power of the alliance. "They're not just partners, they're friends," Amelia observed, her voice tinged with awe. "Equals, working together towards a common goal, driven by a shared dream of what the future could hold. Alara studied the images, her mind racing as she pieced together the full significance of this revelation. Yes, and that's what made their partnership so remarkable. They weren't merely exploiting each other's resources or knowledge. They were building something truly collaborative, a shared vision that transcended their individual civilizations. The team fell silent, captivated by the holographic narratives that unfolded before them. As they watched the humans and aliens embark on ambitious expeditions, unlocking the secrets of the cosmos and pushing the boundaries of scientific understanding, a growing sense of reverence and wonder began to take hold. "Can you imagine the possibilities?" Dax breathed, his eyes shining with excitement. "If we could reclaim even a fraction of the knowledge and technologies they developed together, it could transform the course of human civilization. We'd be able to reach the stars, to explore the furthest reaches of the galaxy, and to forge connections with other intelligent species." Alara nodded, her expression solemn. "Yes, but we must also consider the lessons of the past. For all their achievements, this alliance ultimately crumbled, torn apart by the very differences that had once bound them together. The holographic images shifted, revealing the gradual deterioration of the partnership. Subtle tensions and misunderstandings began to erode the trust and understanding that had once defined the relationship between the humans and aliens. "Look there," Amelia said, her brow furrowed with concern. Something happened, a tragic misunderstanding, perhaps, that shattered the fragile peace they had built. Alara watched as the images depicted the escalating conflict, the once harmonious exchanges giving way to open hostility and violence. Yes, and the consequences were devastating. The alliance that had held such promise was ripped asunder, leaving both civilizations to pick up the pieces and continue their separate journeys. The team fell silent, the weight of their discovery bearing down upon them. They knew that the lessons of the past, both the triumphs and the tragedies, held the key to unlocking a future that could once again bridge the divide between humanity and its alien counterparts. "We have a responsibility to our ancestors," Alara declared, her voice resolute, "to honor their legacy, to learn from their mistakes, and to forge a new path forward, one that can recapture the spirit of their shared dream." Dax nodded, his expression determined. "Exactly. This alliance, this partnership, represents a pivotal moment in the history of both our civilizations. If we can uncover the full truth of what transpired, we may be able to chart a course that avoids the pitfalls of the past and opens the door to a future of unprecedented cooperation and discovery." The team set to work with renewed vigor, their fingers flying across the alien controls as they delved deeper into the holographic archives. They knew that the path ahead would be filled with challenges and uncertainties, but the promise of what they might uncover was too tantalizing to ignore. As the images continued to cascade around them, Alara and her colleagues could feel the echoes of the past resonating within them, guiding them towards a destiny that they could scarcely begin to imagine. They were standing on the precipice of a revelation that could forever change the course of human history, and they were determined to see it through to the very end. As Alara and her team continued to immerse themselves in the holographic archives, the sense of unease that permeated the later stages of the human-alien alliance became increasingly palpable. The once harmonious partnership, forged through a shared vision of exploration and discovery, had slowly begun to unravel as subtle differences in ideology and cultural values took their toll. Dax studied the shifting images, his brow furrowed in concentration. "Look there, the tension is building. It's as if the very foundations upon which they built their alliance are starting to crumble." Alara nodded, her expression pensive. "Yes, and it's not just a matter of ideological differences. There are hints of misunderstandings, of communication breakdowns that are steadily chipping away at the trust and understanding that once defined their relationship." The holographic display shifted, revealing scenes of increasingly heated debates and confrontations between the human and alien representatives. The once collaborative spirit had given way to a growing sense of suspicion and defensiveness, as each side sought to protect its own interests and preserve its autonomy. It's like they're drifting apart, Amelia observed, her voice tinged with sadness. All the progress they made, the incredible achievements they unlocked together, it's all starting to unravel before our eyes. Alara watched the unfolding drama with a heavy heart, her mind racing to comprehend the implications of what they were witnessing. Yes, and the consequences of this divergence could be catastrophic. If they're unable to bridge the divide, to find common ground, and reignite the spark of their partnership, then everything they've built could come crashing down. The team fell silent, their gazes fixed upon the mesmerizing holographic display as the narrative continued to unfold. The once vibrant scenes of collaboration and exploration gave way to increasingly tense and confrontational encounters, each side growing more entrenched in its own position. Dax let out a somber sigh. It's like watching a slow-motion tragedy unfold. All the potential they had, the shared dreams they pursued. And now, it's all slipping through their fingers. Hilara nodded, her expression grave. Yes, and we know how this story ends. The logs have already shown us the devastating outcome of this fateful divergence, a violent confrontation that shattered the fragile peace they had so painstakingly built. The holographic images shifted once more, depicting the escalating tensions as the two civilizations hurtled towards a seemingly inevitable clash. The team watched, transfixed, as the once cooperative partners turned on one another, their differences proving too profound to overcome. "Look at them," Amelia whispered, her voice tinged with a mixture of awe and horror. "They're both fighting for what they believe is right, but in the process, they're destroying the very foundation of their alliance." Alara could feel the weight of the responsibility bearing down upon them. Yes, and the consequences of their actions will reverberate across the cosmos. This is no mere historical curiosity. The lessons we can learn from this tragedy could shape the future of interstellar relations for generations to come. As the holographic display reached its climactic conclusion, the team bore witness to the shattering of the fragile peace. The confrontation was brutal, with both sides inflicting devastating losses upon the other, until finally, the alliance they had so carefully built crumbled into dust. Dax let out a shaky breath, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. All of that, the collaboration, the scientific breakthroughs, the shared dreams, gone. Just like that, they tore it all apart. Alara placed a comforting hand on his shoulder, her own expression etched with sorrow. Yes, and the wounds they inflicted upon one another will take time to heal. Both civilizations were forced to go their separate ways, each nursing the pain of their broken partnership. The team fell silent, the weight of their discovery settling upon them like a heavy mantle. They knew that the lessons of the past held the key to unlocking a future that could heal the divide between humanity and its alien counterparts, but the path forward was fraught with uncertainty. "We have to find a way to prevent this from happening again," Alara said, her voice resolute. "To learn from the mistakes of our ancestors and forge a new alliance that can withstand the test of time." Dax nodded, his expression determined. "Exactly. This is not just about uncovering a lost chapter of history. It's about shaping the destiny of our species, and perhaps even the very future of interstellar relations." As the holographic display faded, leaving the team in contemplative silence, Alara knew that their journey had only just begun. The full truth of the human-alien alliance had yet to be revealed, and the challenges that lay ahead were daunting. But she was more determined than ever to uncover the secrets of the past, to honor the legacy of her ancestors, and to forge a new path forward that could heal the divide between the stars. The holographic display had faded, leaving Alara and her team shrouded in contemplative silence. The devastating conclusion of the human-alien alliance, forged through centuries of collaboration and scientific breakthroughs, weighed heavily upon them. They had witnessed the tragic unraveling of a partnership that had once held such promise, and the implications of what they had uncovered were profound. Dax was the first to break the silence, his voice tinged with a mixture of sorrow and regret. To think of all they accomplished together, the knowledge they unlocked, the discoveries they made, and then to see it all come crashing down. It's almost too much to bear. Alara nodded, her expression pensive. Yes, and the wounds they inflicted upon one another will take time to heal. Both civilizations were forced to go their separate ways, each nursing the pain of their broken partnership. The team fell silent once more, the weight of their responsibility pressing down upon them. They knew that the lessons of the past held the key to unlocking a future that could heal the divide between humanity and its alien counterparts, but the path forward was fraught with uncertainty. Emilia spoke up, her voice soft but resolute. We can't let their sacrifice be in vain. The alliance they forged, the dreams they shared, they represent a possibility that transcends the boundaries of our individual civilizations. We have to find a way to recapture that spirit, to build upon the foundation they laid. Alara let out a weary sigh. You're right, of course. But the path ahead is not an easy one. The differences that tore this alliance apart run deep, and the wounds they inflicted upon one another may never fully heal. Dax's brow furrowed in concentration. Then we have to find a way to bridge that divide, to learn from the mistakes of the past and forge a new alliance that can withstand the test of time. Humanity may have been forced to continue its journey alone, but we can't ignore the lessons of this lost partnership. The team fell silent once more, each lost in their own thoughts as they grappled with the implications of their discovery. Alara knew that the responsibility they had been entrusted with was immense, and the challenges they would face were daunting. We have to find a way to honor the legacy of our ancestors, she said, her voice resolute, to reclaim the knowledge and technologies they uncovered, and to use that as a foundation for a new era of cooperation and discovery. Emilia nodded, her expression determined. Agreed, and we can't just focus on the scientific and technological aspects. We have to understand the deeper cultural and philosophical differences that drove the humans and aliens apart. Only then can we hope to build a partnership that is truly lasting. The team set to work, their fingers flying across the alien controls as they delved deeper into the holographic archives. They knew that the path ahead would not be an easy one, but the promise of what they might uncover was too tantalizing to ignore. As the images continued to cascade around them, Alara and her colleagues were struck by the profound sense of loss that permeated the later stages of the human-alien alliance. The once vibrant scenes of collaboration and exploration had given way to a stark and unyielding division, a testament to the fragility of even the strongest of partnerships. Look at them, Dax murmured, his voice tinged with a mixture of awe and sorrow. They're like mirror images of one another, each fighting to preserve their own vision of the future, oblivious to the consequences of their actions. Alara nodded, her expression grave. Yes, and the price they paid was a heavy one. The alliance they had built, the shared dreams they had pursued, all of it crumbling into dust before their very eyes. The team fell silent, the weight of their discovery bearing down upon them. They knew that the lessons of the past held the key to unlocking a future that could heal the divide between humanity and its alien counterparts, but the path forward was fraught with uncertainty. We have to find a way to prevent this from happening again, Alara said, her voice resolute, to learn from the mistakes of our ancestors and forge a new alliance that can withstand the test of time. Dax nodded, his expression determined. Exactly. This is not just about uncovering a lost chapter of history. It's about shaping the destiny of our species, and perhaps even the very future of interstellar relations. As the holographic display faded, leaving the team in contemplative silence, Alara knew that their journey had only just begun. The full truth of the human-alien alliance had yet to be revealed, and the challenges that lay ahead were daunting. But she was more determined than ever to uncover the secrets of the past, to honor the legacy of her ancestors, and to forge a new path forward that could heal the divide between the stars. The ancient chamber had fallen silent, save for the faint hum of the holographic display as it cycled through the last remnants of the lost alliance between humanity and the alien civilization. Alara and her team stood motionless, their minds reeling from the weight of the revelations they had uncovered. Centuries had passed since the fateful encounter that had once held such promise, and yet the echoes of that pivotal moment continued to reverberate through the cosmos. As Alara studied the fading images, a sense of both wonder and melancholy washed over her. To think that all of this, the collaboration, the scientific breakthroughs, the shared dreams, was lost to us for so long, she murmured, her voice tinged with a mix of reverence and regret. Our ancestors walked a path that we can scarcely begin to imagine. Dax nodded solemnly, his gaze fixed upon the pulsing glyphs that adorned the chamber's walls. Yes, and the lessons they learned, the mistakes they made. They're etched into the very fabric of this place. It's as if the echoes of the past are calling out to us, demanding that we heed their warning. Amelia's brow furrowed in contemplation. But why now? Why have these memories been sealed away for so long, only to resurface in this moment? Her voice was tinged with a sense of urgency, as if she could feel the weight of the responsibility that had been thrust upon them. Alara let out a thoughtful sigh, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns of the alien controls. I believe it's no mere coincidence. The rediscovery of this artifact, the unlocking of these long-buried records, it's a sign, a message from the past that we can no longer ignore. The team fell silent, each grappling with the implications of their discovery. They knew that the knowledge they had uncovered had the power to transform the course of human history, to rewrite the very narrative of humanity's place in the cosmos. We have a duty to our ancestors, Alara declared, her voice resolute, to honor their legacy, to learn from their mistakes, and to forge a new path forward that can heal the divide between our civilizations. Dax nodded, his expression determined. Exactly. This alliance, this partnership, represents a pivotal moment in the history of both our species. If we can uncover the full truth of what transpired, we may be able to chart a course that avoids the pitfalls of the past and opens the door to a future of unprecedented cooperation and discovery. The team set to work with renewed vigor, their fingers flying across the alien controls as they delved deeper into the holographic archives. They knew that the path ahead would be filled with challenges and uncertainties, but the promise of what they might uncover was too tantalizing to ignore. As the images continued to cascade around them, Alara and her colleagues could feel the echoes of the past resonating within them, guiding them towards a destiny that they could scarcely begin to imagine. They were standing on the precipice of a revelation that could forever change the course of human history, and they were determined to see it through to the very end. "Look there!" Amelia suddenly exclaimed, her eyes alight with excitement. The archive is revealing new layers of information, fragments of data that we haven't uncovered before. Alara and Dax leaned in, their gazes fixed upon the shifting holographic displays. As the images unfolded, they began to discern faint glimmers of hope. Glimpses of a future where the divide between humanity and the alien civilization could be healed, where the shared dreams of their ancestors could be reignited and realized. "This is it," Alara breathed, her voice tinged with a mixture of awe and determination. "The key to unlocking the full truth, the lessons we need to chart a new course forward." The team worked tirelessly, their focus laser-sharp as they pieced together the fragments of information, deciphering the alien glyphs and symbols that held the secrets of the past. With each new revelation, the weight of their responsibility only seemed to grow, but they were driven by a shared sense of purpose that transcended the boundaries of their own civilization. "We stand upon the precipice of a new era," Dax declared, his eyes shining with a renewed sense of optimism. "One where the lessons of the past can be reclaimed, where the shared dreams of our ancestors can be reborn and realized." Alara nodded, her expression resolute. "Yes, and it is our duty to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. We must honor their legacy, learn from their mistakes, and forge a path forward that can heal the divide between our worlds." As the holographic display faded, leaving the team in contemplative silence, Alara knew that their journey had only just begun. The full truth of the human-alien alliance had been revealed, but the challenges that lay ahead were daunting. Yet, with the echoes of the past guiding them, and the promise of a brighter future spurring them on. She and her colleagues were more determined than ever to uncover the secrets of the past and shape the destiny of their species. As the holographic display faded, leaving the team immersed in contemplative silence, Alara knew that their journey had reached a critical juncture. The echoes of the past, the lessons of a lost alliance, had reverberated through the ages, guiding them to this pivotal moment. Now, with the full truth of their ancestors' story revealed, the responsibility that rested upon their shoulders had never been more profound. Dax's voice, tinged with a mix of awe and determination, broke the stillness. We stand at the threshold of a new era, one where the shared dreams and visions of our ancestors can be reclaimed and realized. He turned to face Alara, his gaze unwavering. But the path forward is not an easy one. The divisions that tore their alliance apart run deep, and the wounds they inflicted upon one another may never fully heal. Alara nodded, her expression pensive. Indeed, the differences in ideology, in cultural values, that eroded the trust and understanding between the humans and aliens, those are the very obstacles we must overcome if we are to forge a lasting partnership of our own. She paused, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns of the alien controls, and we must do so while honoring the legacy of what came before, learning from their mistakes, and avoiding the tragic fate that befell their alliance. Emilia spoke up, her voice laced with a sense of purpose. Then we must start by truly understanding the root causes of their downfall, not just the surface-level tensions, but the deeper philosophical and societal schisms that drove them apart. She turned to the others, her eyes shining with conviction. Only then can we hope to build a bridge strong enough to span the divide between our civilizations. The team fell silent once more, each grappling with the weight of the responsibility that had been thrust upon them. They knew that the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but the promise of what they might uncover, the potential they might unlock, was too tantalizing to ignore. Alara straightened her shoulders, her expression resolute. We owe it to our ancestors to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. The knowledge and technologies they uncovered, the shared dreams they pursued, we must reclaim that legacy and use it as the foundation for a new era of cooperation and discovery. Dax nodded, his brow furrowed in concentration. Agreed. And we must do so in a way that avoids the pitfalls of the past, that builds upon the lessons they learned the hard way. He turned to the others, his voice filled with a sense of urgency. We have a responsibility to forge a partnership that can withstand the test of time, one that can heal the divide between our worlds and unlock the full potential of what we can achieve together. As the team set to work, their fingers flying across the alien controls, the chamber was once again filled with the pulsing glow of the holographic display. But this time, the images they witnessed were not of a tragic downfall, but of a future brimming with possibility. Alara watched, her heart swelling with a mixture of hope and determination, as the display revealed glimpses of a world where humans and aliens walked side by side, united in their pursuit of knowledge and exploration. She could see the shared breakthroughs, the collaborative expeditions, and the profound advancements that transcended the boundaries of their individual civilizations. It's all there, Emilia breathed, her voice tinged with awe. The foundation, the blueprint, everything we need to recapture the spirit of that lost alliance and forge a new path forward. Dax nodded, his expression equally captivated. Yes, and with the lessons of the past to guide us, we can avoid the mistakes that tore their partnership apart. We can build something stronger, more resilient, that can withstand the test of time. Alara felt a surge of determination coursing through her veins. Then that is exactly what we must do. We will honor the legacy of our ancestors, reclaim the knowledge and technologies they uncovered, and use that as a springboard to launch a new era of unprecedented cooperation and discovery. The team set to work with renewed vigor, their collective focus laser-sharp as they pored over the holographic archives. They knew that the challenges that lay ahead would be daunting, but the promise of what they might achieve was too compelling to ignore. As the images continued to cascade around them, Alara could feel the echoes of the past resonating within her, spurring her onward. The shared dreams and aspirations of her ancestors were no longer just a distant memory, but a clarion call to action, a mandate to forge a future that could heal the divide between the stars. "We stand at the precipice of a new chapter in the history of our species," she declared, her voice filled with a sense of purpose. "One where the lessons of the past guide our steps, and the promise of the future compels us to reach for the stars." Dax and Amelia nodded in agreement, their expressions mirroring Alara's resolute determination. Together, they knew that they were not just uncovering a lost chapter of history, but shaping the very destiny of humanity and its place in the cosmos. The weight of their responsibility was immense, but the potential that lay before them was nothing short of transformative. As the team continued their work, their minds racing with ideas and strategies, Alara couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and optimism. The path ahead was not an easy one, but with the echoes of the past to guide them, and the promise of a brighter future to spur them on, she knew that they were more than ready to rise to the challenge.